A threat from the Nicolas Maduro administration is also a threat to the human rights of the people of Ghana, says Joel Simpson, a member of the Ghana Equality Forum. Simpson made the comment at a vigil outside of the Venezuelan embassy in Georgetown in observance of Human Rights Day, which was observed on Sunday, December 10th.
It's a threat to our safety, our security, our livelihoods, and we think that's important that we take a stance, even while we're mourning as a nation the recent deaths, given in particular after the International Court of Justice would have made certain orders. We saw after the referendum on Tuesday of last week a number of instructions that came from the Maduro administration that violates those court orders, and that really trouble us as a network because it threatens the peace and stability of our country.
Simpson called on Guyanese living close to the border to be vigilant.
I think it's important to be vigilant. We became aware of certain incidents because people were vigilant and they took videos and things like that and so on over the last couple of weeks. But at the same time, not to live in fear. I think fear only paralyzes you and it doesn't necessarily help the situation. You could be vigilant, you could be concerned without at the same time being fearful. I would also say to Venezuelans, to Guyanese living in Venezuela, and to Venezuelan human rights activists to also take a stand against the Maduro's administration's excesses, particularly on this issue. And I think people have somewhat signaled that they have a stance already by not turning out to vote in the referendum. It had a very low turnout.
Also on the picket line was Colin Croakey, elected chief of the Guyanese Organization of Indigenous Peoples. He said he was extremely concerned.
Now you have a situation where they're feeling very unsafe. Condemnation is good. We welcome that from CARICOM, OAS, Commonwealth, UN, etc. But the Venezuelans can always say, sticks and stones break my bones, but words can never hurt me. You know, we need to take on, we need to fight fire with fire, and unfortunately, we're not seeing this happening. Rhetoric is not good enough. The tragedy is that we have situations other sides of the world, Russia and Ukraine being an example, where international law, as Mr. Simpson just mentioned, makes no sense whatsoever. You have governments feeling they're above the law, they don't obey the constitution of their own country and United Nations rules, etc. And they feel they can do as they please. And tragically, oil exporting countries have a reputation behaving like this, the governments of such countries. And we're hoping that this situation is resolved more sooner than later. And at the same time, I would like to strongly condemn the government of Nicaragua for blatantly siding with Venezuela on this issue. And other countries like Colosoyo, the Inca name for Bolivia, they're very good friends of Venezuela. And countries like China, Iran, etc., Cuba, where are they on this? You can't be on both sides, you know, take a position. Guyana is expecting you to take a stand on Guyana's side. So we can't afford ambivalence at this point in time.
According to Simpson, a final decision from the ICJ will make the difference.